Welcome to our channel. Doctors Karen and Matilda here. This is our first clip we've put out for 2026. The podcast is going to be continuing in 2026. Uh, we salute you, our subscribers and returning viewers, and we welcome the new ones. Our clips are for educational purposes, and we share our experiences and information on postgrad life, particularly as international students from developing countries. So we hope that the clips we share, you can learn from our mistakes and we can have a good conversation where we learn from each other as well. So welcome again. In each of our clip, we answer a question. The question we're going to answer today is, have you ever encountered an untenable situation? This is where you get a good offer from a bad source, from someone who has backstabbed you, undercut you, or literally did all they could to smother your progress in the past, and suddenly a good offer come from that person. And you'll likely be suspicious of it. But because you're in need, you may struggle with the idea of whether to accept it or not, and what are the ramifications for you. It is an impossible choice, and you can't win. It doesn't matter what you do, you can't win. If you accept it, you are giving them continuous power and control and leverage over you. And if you don't accept it, because you're in a position of need, you're coming from a developing country, you're poor, your resources cannot educate you, you run the risk of being accused of being arrogant, no, being prideful, and all the other negative things. But really, you're just trying to protect your sanity and your peace based on how this person has treated you. But unfortunately, that person has positioned his or herself as a champion to outsiders, and many of them did not know the inner wranglings between you two. And if you feel if you publish it because this person is respected, you can be put in a bad position. These are the people who position themselves as a champion uh, for you to outsiders, and people believe them because they have some credentials, they have some position, and they appear to be people who would have your back. But the outsiders don't necessarily know the nefarious and undercutting behavior of these people. And so you fall into their trap because you get labeled, because you object to something that they have positioned themselves to collect on your behalf. And then you go into this internal conflict, which also is another trap, where you internalize it because you feel helpless and you feel that you cannot ever win, although you're the victim. How do you overcome this? The minute you notice that someone is behaving like this, don't be afraid to set your boundaries. You set to them, okay, thank you for the offer, but at this time I like to think about it before I make a decision. And then do your own investigation. Who really the offer comes from? Because you know this person is not the person giving the offer. They position themselves to look good, but really it didn't come from them. So trust your instincts. And if you really need the offer, get it from the right source. Don't be afraid. Get it from the right source. And the people at the other end, they're smart enough to know that if you come to them, that means that person you are not necessarily in sync as the person portray. And of course, delay your response because you need time to make the right decision to protect yourself. Don't fall into instant response and unnecessary conflicts. And it's always a good rule of thumb to document. Even when you don't feel you need to document, that's when you mostly need to document conversations, have a diary, have a recording, something to protect yourself because you don't know when you will ever need it, but you may need it to defend yourself against these, you know, not so good pretenders that pretend to have your back. Remember to like, comment, and share, and to hit that notification bell so you know whenever we upload a clip. And we'd like you to continue the conversation with us in the comment section. Have you ever been in a position where you have had a good offer from a bad source? Remember to make it a great week. See you in the next clip from the desk of doctors, Karen and Matilda. Bye.